Hello and welcome to Pear Tree Community Junior School. I want to talk to you about your Year 2 pupils joining us for Year 3 in September. So I'm just going to take you through lots of information that will be important for you and your child to know. So first of all, let's meet the team. I'm Andrew Sharp and I'm the head teacher here at Pear Tree. We also have other senior leaders in Miss Bounds, who's a deputy head, and then two assistant heads, Mrs. Badwell and Mr. Meir. And these are people that you will see regularly around and about, particularly at collection and drop off. And please do come and find us if you want to know anything or ask a question. We also have other key staff. We have Mrs. Dosanch, who's the SEND lead, Mrs. Saini, who is the Year 3 lead in writing. We have Miss Talbot, who's the Year 4 lead and reading lead, and Mrs. Elliott, who's the Year 5 in maths. Because we have a number of children who are either new to English or have English in additional language, we have a communication and language lead. That's Mrs. Struthers. And also, really important, Mrs. Osmond, the school business manager, who I'm sure you'll get to know her and the other office staff. So that includes Miss Shyster Causa, Mrs. Lenka Spivakova, and Miss Claudia Zwocker. And you'll get to know them, and they may have already been in touch with you to make sure that you've got everything that you need. In terms of safeguarding, we have a safeguarding team, and if you have any concerns, please do contact one of those members or just contact the office and they'll pass you on to the most appropriate person. In Year 3, there are 3 classes. The 3 class teachers are Mrs. Saini, Mr. Triant, and Miss Hassel. And they've been in Year 3 for a couple of years now, and so they know all about Year 3 and they'll help. They're also supported by Mrs. Makarova, Mrs. Sullivan, and Mrs. Slater. We also have Miss Black, who works very closely with our teachers to support the well-being and behaviour of our pupils. We also are very lucky here that we have an additional teacher to support some targeted work that we can do with your children. We have 3 values here at Pear Tree that I'm going to look through that now with you. We have trust, care, and grow. Trust is about being that organisation, having all those things in place that allow you to know what's happening and the children to be really well in good routines. Care is about how we support the behaviour and well-being, but also develop your children socially and emotionally. And then we have grow. Grow is about making sure that your children are challenged academically and they have a great curriculum that they can have and support and know. So, together, working together for the best for your child. So the school day starts at 8:50 and children can arrive through both gates, either on Pear Tree or Harrington Street, and they come onto the playground. They will then be asked to line up and they'll be taken in by their class teachers. At the end of the day, they come back onto the main playground, and at 3:10, that's when you can collect your children to go home. Other parts of the school day will have a break time in the morning around 10:15, and there'll also be a lunch time from 11:40 to 12:30. They'll have their lunch alongside the Year 4 pupils, but they'll currently play in a separate space on the playground. Typical school day would look very similar to the one they've got now. They'll have a registration, they'll have English maths in the morning, more likely, and then they'll have curriculum themed around a book in the afternoon. There'll also be daily collective worship in the form of an assembly and also lots of reading time. So that would be a similar day, but the Year 3 team will let you know more about that later when they arrive. In terms of school uniform, absolutely we insist upon that because it gives them a sense of belonging. It makes them proud to be a member of our community. It helps them to be recognised. It helps them to be dressed and appropriate for all activities they may undertake. So uniform here is making sure that we've got that blue jumper, which they'll be given on their first day, a white polo shirt or t-shirt or shirt, black trousers or skirt. And then we'd ask for plain shoes, and these can be trainers or they can be shoes, but they must be plain black. In terms of PE, very similar, but we can interchange the jogging bottoms instead of trousers or leggings, and if it's really warm they obviously can wear shorts, and if they're wearing trainers for the rest of the week, these trainers can be used for PE. There's no need for them to bring anything additional to change them. In terms of snacks, they'll be offered fresh fruit every morning, so they'll have that at break time and that will continue. So and they'll have that before they go out to lunch break time. In terms of lunch, meals are available. They'll be £2.20 a day, which is £11 a week. They'll have the same food as they have in Pear Tree Infants because the kitchen cooks our meals for us and then brings them across. Okay, Next slide, we have Breakfast Club. Now, a Breakfast Club will be available from 8 o'clock, but we're just finalising the details. We haven't run one this year due to coronavirus, but we will be starting that back up. But just to give us a bit of breathing space, it will start hopefully on the 21st September. So we'll be in touch with you regarding that nearer the time. In terms of other clubs, we're looking at providing 2 different types of clubs that children can book into. This will be on a first come by first served basis and will require a booking form. These will be ones that change throughout the year and be offered each term. So there'll be some that may be offered in the morning called Rise and Shine, and then some that will happen at the end of the day, which are called tea time activities, which are targeted enrichment activities. These are run by our members of staff and will include creative subjects like art and DT, as well as cooking and sewing, but also things like physical activity in terms of PE. These won't start until October because, again, we want to see how things are going and what other restrictions we might need to put in place regarding our risk management for coronavirus. At the moment, we're hoping to be fully operational. In terms of care, if I just talk to you through what we do for care, we obviously have that safeguarding team who support the well-being, and any concerns we have, we will talk to you about. In terms of well-being, we offer a comprehensive curriculum that supports children's growth, as well as individual and bespoke well-being support. Communication and language team really supports those children develop language, whatever their levels are currently, whether that's fluent or whether that's new to English. We've got a program to support their development of vocabulary and talk. In terms of special educational needs, if there's anything we need to know, or if there's anything we're concerned about, then we'll talk to you. If they are currently on the special needs register, their present school will have let us know, and then we can assess them and support their needs appropriately. In terms of behaviour, we ask the children to follow the superhero code. That's about being ready, so being in school on time, being ready for lessons, being ready when lining up, be respectful by being polite and showing good manners and listening carefully, and then being responsible by making sure you've got everything that you need for the school day, taking responsibility for anything that you've done wrong and mistakes that you've made and trying to learn from them. We also have a superhero powers that we use. These are perseverance, so the children know to keep going. Inquiry, so they ask a lot of questions and try and answer and solve problems. Aiming high, so they're really trying their very best to do all they can. Reflection, so they think about what they've learned and learn from that. And then teamwork, how they work together. In terms of Grow, which is our curriculum side, we make sure that our children have access to high quality lessons that follow a similar structure. So we review learning, we model things that they need, and we give them a chance to practice. In terms of the national curriculum, we follow that to the letter, but we introduce other bits and pieces for our school curriculum to make it come alive and make it relevant for our pupils. Reading is highly important. We have 2 libraries here and lots of books. So if anything that you do with your child home learning, please make sure that they're reading regularly and often. So making sure that they are developing that love of books. We also add to our curriculum by doing trips and enrichment, and the year group will explain more about how they look. This is the type of map that you'll receive just to go through some of the things that the children might be accessing that half term, so that you're kept informed. They'll also have a book with all the stuff that they're going to be learning in year 3 that they can bring home, so you can look at the knowledge that they've been learning, the skills that they've acquired. We also use online platforms to support. So we have TV Rockstars, which allows children to practice their timetables. Please use that at home. Things like Showbie that they'll be using in school that may have some learning at home on it, as well as things like Spelling Shed that allow children to practice their spelling. So please do let your children and support those. We also have make sure that children are responsible online. So as part of our superhero code, be responsible and respectful online. So making sure that the children know what to do, and you talking about that, because the internet is a place where there's lots of things on there that aren't appropriate for children. So please make sure that your children are safe online. So I've told you lots, but what do other people say about Pear Tree? Lots of things. So we've got children who love being in school because it's fun. They really like maths. They have lots of friends. They enjoy TT Rockstars. Class is funny and perfect. They make lots of friends and they like all of the teachers. Lots of comments we get all the time about how much children love being here. In terms of our parents, we've recently done a parent survey. 97% say their children are happy at Pear Tree. 99% say that they're safe. So And then 95% of parents say that their children achieve well. So we're really pleased with those figures. Obviously, we'd like them to be 100%, and we're striving to make the necessary changes to make sure all children are happy, all children feel safe, and all children achieve well. In terms of parents, these are some of the comments they make. So some really positive ones about recommending Pear Tree Juniors to the world if they could. About the school being brilliant and the teachers are fab, and a parent who's moved away, not being able to move their child, but wanting to keep them here because it's the right thing to do for their children and they're happy and settled. Visitors, we have a range of visitors to school, less this year, but actually when they have come in, they've saying what a warm welcome we give, how wonderful the school is, how children are brilliant, how they're well mannered, how they're respectful, and how they're invested in the learning, how they're when they go out and about into the community, how well they're received, and then how well staff are supporting the children within their class, and that's been recognised by professionals. So communication, will continue to communicate with you in a range of ways. That will include making sure that you get letters, but a lot of things we send through as digital communication through our thing called Marvelous Me. So make sure that you've got that app. Make sure that we also might phone you or text you. So please make sure that your details are as up to date as possible. We'll send some more stuff out over the course of this summer so that you're ready for autumn when the child starts. But please do ring us if you have any comments or concerns, and we will try and do our best. We are providing on the Friday, the 3rd of September, I think it is, that we will be having an open afternoon from 1 till 3. So if your child has yet to see the classroom and you want to bring them in, please do come at that point and they can see where they're going to be and where they're lining up. So we wish you all an amazing summer, and we look forward to seeing you in September, and we know that your children are going to be safe and happy at Pear Tree.